Hello, I'm Doglightning, and here are my 3 tips to Seraphine with 1 bonus tip. If you're wondering my credentials, I'm a Grandmaster Nico support one-trick pony, and I've been picking up Seraphine as my next champion to master. I've gone from Diamond 3 to Diamond 1 so far, playing her only in the support roles, so hope you guys enjoy these tips. So the first tip with Seraphine that's actually really important is that your R and E are a buffer. So what this means is that if you cast it, you see this cast time underneath. During the initial cast before it goes off, you can actually flash. So why this is important is if you start it, for instance, right, and you see that animation you start, the enemy in their mind starts to dodge, right? But if you start the cast somewhere else and then flash, they see the start of the animation, but because they think it's not going to hit them, they don't start to sidestep, and then all of a sudden you flash as it's going off, and it makes it much harder to dodge. So as you can see, you go R and then flash. You don't want to R and then you don't want to flash and then R. Sorry, you don't want to flash and then R because they'll see this cast going off and they're more likely to sidestep. You want to R and then flash, and it's cool because you can like be here and make it look like you're gonna miss the enemy. Like, oh no, I missed, and then all of a sudden you just flash into it, right? Like, aha, I'm gonna miss. Nope. Oh, I messed up that time. I didn't do cast. Oh, yes. And also, this can be done with your E. So instead of going E and then flash, again, when you E, flash and then E, as soon as you flash, that enemy's getting ready to dodge, and you have that animation. You want to E flash before you go, right? E flash, E flash, right? R flash. Now there's a bit more of a cast time on the R, so it's more forgiving. If you see with the E, you have to go E flash. If you try to just like E and then flash, it doesn't work, right? So you want to go E flash, but R you can take a bit more time. It has a bit more of a cast. You go R and then flash. But if you're just learning, just do the instant. It's more forgiving. So that's my first tip. I hope that helps out. Trust me, guys. Lots of champions have these buffers. Nico got the E flash. Lux has the Q flash. These things actually really help with making picks, especially when you're like going over walls. Like say you're here and that guy's there, and you go here and you E flash, right? That's way more likely to catch the enemy off guard than if you were over this wall and you went flash E. Like, it's so much easier to dodge so they see it coming. But if you just E flash, boom, they're like not gonna ever see it coming. Alright, my second tip for you guys is that your W, the heal, actually increases based on, first of all, how low HP you are. It heals for 5% of your missing HP, so using it at high HP doesn't do much. And the second part of this, that's the big tip, is it actually heals for 5% of your missing health per ally in it. So most people actually don't realize this still, and it's really frustrating because you're trying to heal and teammates run out. But the more teammates you have in the heal, the more heals. So watch, if I cast it over here myself, it's that small little sliver of health, right? But if I do the same thing, and I cast it with my teammates, and look how big that shield gets, right? It increases for each time there's an ally in it. So if I show you again, oh, hopefully I don't die here. So watch, look how small the sliver is, and as I walk in my teammates, it's getting bigger. And this is for all your teammates too. So when you're using your heal, try to make sure, first of all, teammates are low HP, because it heals more if they're low HP. It's kind of a waste if they're like 75% HP. But also, try to make sure you get as many allies as possible. Like, even if your allies are all like super spread out, right? You got ally there, ally here, right? And you're trying to like try to make sure you get all of them in it because it increases the heal amount. Obviously, try to make sure the person who's really low HP is in it, prioritizing over others. But sometimes I'll have all my teammates walking in different directions, and I'm just trying my best to make sure that they're all in it so that I can get the biggest heal possible. So I hope that tip helps you guys out.
Can't stand.
Okay guys, and for my final tip before we get into the bonus tip is how to properly manage your echo. So I found, for me personally, the best is to try to keep it at 2 bars. And this is for 2 main reasons. One main reason that's split into 2. So the main reason is if you have it at your echo, that means you can't cast W without using it for that. So there's 2 scenarios. Say the enemy jumps onto you. Now you can't cast your W until you casted your E. If you have it like this, if the enemy jumps on you, you can W for speed boost away and then echo E as you run, right? So that's the first reason. The second reason is almost the same, but it's for engaging. So say this is the enemy. You don't want to cast your E from here. You can have 2 bars and you can echo and run at them and get into a closer range to hit your echo E. Sorry, you can use your W to get in range to echo E. So if you had it, say, for instance, like this, right? You can't, because if you used your W, now you don't have an echo E. It's just a single, and you're not going to get that root off, right? Or like if you go here, now you have to try and snipe them from farther. So like a general tip, obviously you can't always have this, but at any point, it doesn't matter in the mid game, late game, I always try to keep it at 2 because this is more versatile. If you need to get an echo W off, you can always just shoot a Q and then you have your echo W, right? But if you're in the scenario where you're trying to run away and kite before you use your E, or you're trying to go in before E, you can always pop your W to get the speed boost and then hit your E, right? So my main tip for managing your echo is, for as much as possible, try to keep it at 2. Use your Q to make it a 3 cast if you're trying to get an echo W or E off. but leave it at 2 because it just leaves you more options. If you're at 3, you're always in this place where you cannot use your W now for a speed boost without having to use your echo on it and have to use a spell first. So I hope that helped, and I hope you guys will enjoy the bonus tip about to come up. My 3 tips. Here's my bonus tip, but before, if you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube, and if you haven't checked out my stream, I stream weekdays from 4 to 10 p.m. EST. I'd love to meet you guys, but here is the bonus tip. So the bonus tip for Seraphine is a general playstyle that I've found. So I found on Seraphine, you never, ever, ever want to be alone. You always want to be with a teammate. By yourself, your E is super dodgeable, your Q is super dodgeable, you're super squishy and easy to kill. You don't ever want to be alone. You want to be near teammates because your E and Q are better to follow up. If your teammate stuns the opponent, right? So say your teammate over here lands like a CC on him, now you can like full combo on it and you can't dodge. Your W gets more healing with teammates. You get your passive gets more notes if you're with teammates. You don't want to be alone. If you're alone, you're at risk of dying. Also, your ulti, because it extends off allies, usually in a team fight, how you want to do it is say this is your team and this is the enemy team. You don't want to like be pushed up. You don't want to be here looking for an ulti or an E. Usually you want to sit behind your teammates, and then when one of your teammates pushes up, that's when you want to throw your ulti over them so that you can land your whole combo from far away, boost your team in, and always be standing behind your team. So the bonus tip is always be with a teammate, like sitting mid with a teammate or rotating with your jungle through the river or something. Never be pushing around the map by yourself. Always be with a teammate because all of your spells are basically stronger with a teammate. And 2, always position yourself behind your team. You don't ever want to be in front or to the side in a flank or anything like that, because over here, what happens if the Akali jumps over here and one-shots you? You always want to be behind your team so that you can either follow up on their CC with your Echo E, or if one of your teammates gets caught, you can throw your ulti over your team and then land your combo over and give out an Echo W heal or something to your team. So I hope you guys enjoyed. A quick recap that you can buffer your E's and your R's, so you can R flash or that you can E flash. Your W heals more for the amount of teammates in, so if you get all 4 of your teammates in it, the heal will be bigger. Obviously, we can't demonstrate here because I'm full health. You always want to try as best as you can to leave your echo cast at 2, so that if your ally here found like a CC on that guy and you don't want to ulti, you can pop W and get in range to echo E, right? And then hit him up with the combo. And finally, the bonus tips: never ever be alone, always be around a teammate, and always position yourself safely behind your teammates. You are slow and mobile and squishy. Never ever ever push in front of your teammates. And I know it feels weird, it feels like you're losing playmaking potential, but trust me, Seraphine's potential for playmaking is actually counter playmaking. She's a reactive champ. You just want to sit there, wait till the enemy commits into a fight, and then you just want to ulti over and just sway it to your teams with a bunch of CC and a big speed boost shield. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, bye bye hype.